Chapter 25, To Audio or Not to Audio? Audiobooks are a rising market and one that deserves some consideration. Many people listen to audiobooks as entertainment as they do other tasks, such as housework or driving. While it requires a great deal of effort, it could be another platform to sell your story. Creation. Producing an audiobook is difficult and expensive. It has a whole different skill set than writing a book. However, if you are willing to put in the time and effort to learn the process, it can be done. You have to make a choice, however. Well, you have to make several, but the first choice is if you want to narrate your own books. This has both pros and cons. Pros. You don't have to pay a narrator. You can work at your own pace. You have complete control over your project. Author-narrated books are preferred by many listeners. Cons. It's incredibly time-consuming. You have to learn recording and editing. You need a recording area free of noise and echo. You may not have a great narrative voice. On the other hand, hiring a narrator has its own set of pros and cons. Pros. Typically a higher quality narration. It's less time-consuming. You don't have to learn recording and editing. Cons. It's expensive either in upfront fees or in royalty shares. Upfront fees often cost over $100 per recorded hour. A 100,000-word novel comes to about 12 hours, so it would cost at least $1,200 for the narrator. Both ACX and Findaway Voices offer royalty share programs where the author and the narrator both receive a share of the royalties in lieu of an upfront fee. You have to work with someone else's schedule. Control is less complete. You have to audition and choose a narrator, and if something goes wrong, you have to do it all over again. Whichever choice you make, that will be up to you, your budget, your level of comfort in learning a new skill set, your voice, etc. However, I will say this. I chose to do my own narration. I learned the technology, set up a recording area, and have now recorded 3 of my audiobooks. It is exhausting. Just doing a half hour of narration drains you. It's like acting in a play, full of intense voices and emotions. On the other hand, it's immensely satisfying to complete one. I spend about 2 or 3 hours for every hour of recorded narration in editing, formatting, and uploading to the various platforms. Distribution. There are several options of audiobook platforms, but by far the largest is Audible, which is owned by Amazon. Other options include Nook, Chirp, or Google Audiobooks. There are also distribution platforms that combine many of these networks, such as Findaway Voices. I personally use both Audible, ACX, and Findaway Voices and ensure neither are marked exclusive. Unlike print and ebooks, it's much more cumbersome to sell audiobooks on your own site, as you'd need to compile a zip file to transfer the large audio files in a listenable format. Again, making the audiobook available to libraries is possible through these platforms, and many people consume their audiobooks in this manner. You do get paid for borrowings, just not as much as if you sold an individual audiobook. Exercise: record yourself reading the first scene of your book. Listen to yourself. Re-record at least twice, so you can find your voice and rhythm. Is this something you pay to listen to? Why or why not? Now have someone else listen to it and give you honest feedback. Then go and listen to a few samples of professionally recorded audiobooks. Are you in the same ballpark? Are you in the same continent?